Alright, so it says, I'm a friend of Humphrey. Okay, so tell us about your badge.
I am a friend of Humphrey, and this badge did not come easy.
Oh wow.
Humphrey is the Lhasa Apso dog bred to guard Tibetan monasteries. His bark is bigger than his bite, but you could not say that to him. This badge has come through many tears, blood, sweat and tears is what I mean, and he is hard work, and to get this badge is just such a great honour.
That's amazing.
Thank you. I know that not many people have got this badge, and I'd just like to thank my mum, Humphrey himself, Rory Macbeth, Dan Rimmer. So getting this badge, what it entails is you have to love even when you're not loved.
Okay, we're filming.
Cool. Okay, so I have here a badge that says Chicken Dipper's Dipper. I'm Dippylicious. It's a thing of great beauty.
Oh wow, that's really cool. I like the elephant.
So, the provenance of this particular badge, I mean, you can see it's a 1980s badge, but a bit of a collector's item. And in the 80s there was a tendency for people to be a little over right on. And Wimpy's, this is Mr. Wimpy's kind of, so Wimpy was a kind of crap version of McDonald's, if you can imagine something even worse than McDonald's. Which was quite popular in the 80s, and
I think I've actually been to one, you know.
I think they might still exist.
There's a few of them scattered around.
Yeah, they've forgotten to close. But yeah, so you're right, they do exist. But they jumped on the right-on bandwagon in terms of animal welfare, because obviously fast food restaurants don't have a great reputation in terms of animal welfare. And this was an attempt to try and to prove that they were thoughtful and kind to chickens, and they thought that a good thing to do to chickens is to provide them with swimming facilities. And so they started a Chicken Dippers Club, which meant that every kind of farm that they would take chickens from would have a chicken swimming pool, and they tried to incorporate this into their advertising.
That's amazing.
They made adverts with. I remember them. They were awful.
Did they actually show the swimming pools and the chickens in
Yeah.
them?
Well, so what they did is I think in the farms they actually did provide places where chickens could maybe groom themselves and clean themselves, but they actually made like a miniature swimming pool with a diving board and things like that. So they had this kind of idyllic Butlin style scenario with chickens in it. Which became a kind of a sort of laughing stock more than anything else. It didn't do them any good. And then bizarrely, some graphic designer was asked to make badges for this stuff and stuck an elephant on it, and no one quite knows why that was. The assumption is that they just didn't understand what the remit of the thing was. So there's an elephant who looks like he has just jumped into the water. There's loads of water coming off him, as you can see.
Oh yeah.
But someone has obviously mistaken a chicken for an elephant in some way or something. So the whole thing was a series of kind of disasters from start to end, and it's maybe one of the reasons why Wimpy's is not the world's leading fast food restaurant in the way McDonald's is.
That's so interesting. Can you imagine how things could have been different? Like, if they hadn't made all of those really disastrous errors, they could be up there. You know, people now could be saying, "Oh, do you want to go Wimpy's for lunch?"
Yeah.
That's so mad. I can't believe I didn't know this.
So so you've got to be careful about how you handle your advertising. It can be disastrous.
Yeah.
Right, I'll pick you up.
Okay. So it says, I've seen Mr. Biscuit. We're going to call this number and see.
I'm going to call it and see what happens. So 1, 7, 5, 3, 7, 9, 9. gardening. It doesn't exist.
All right, cool. That's go. So, like, tell me about this badge that you're wearing.
Okay, so it says, smart people eat Jackson's bread. Jackson is a red Staffordshire Bull Terrier from Birmingham. He's very much a Black Country Brummie at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Although they contradict each other. When he eats the bread, you have to share your toast with him because he has toast every morning, as well as a Sunday dinner and Christmas pudding during the summer. He also, so when you eat your toast with him, you have to share your toast with him because smart people eat Jackson's bread. Wouldn't ace school if I didn't share my toast with my dog.
That's amazing.
I basically wouldn't have got into uni if I didn't
Well,
say let's go to Jackson.
Oh, that is so cool. How did you discover that this was something?
My brother's a retard, politically retard, and he's getting through school and he shares his toast with Jackson.
Wow.
He struggled before we got the dog. He struggled.
You know what? That is beautiful. That is such a heartwarming tale.
He struggled. So smart people literally eat Jackson's bread.
Can I have some of Jackson's bread? I think some of my brain cells are disappearing just from
I
being
guess
here.
I'm not selling it because I went over my student loan now, so
Oh yeah. Oh, that's clever.
I'm going to charge.
All right. So let's have a look at this badge. It says, "As the family of milk, milk for everybody." So, what does it mean? Tell me what it means.
So, this was a conspiracy that I uncovered in the late 1980s.
Wow.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Honestly, you
So-
don't look old enough to have been around in the
Well,
late.
you know what? It's magic. But anyway, the milk. So,
It's the milk, isn't it? It
It's
does.
the milk. So, turns out that Asda, they were doing this little scheme, trying to get people to drink more milk. You know, they pretended it was a health thing, calcium and all that. Turns out they were actually trying to get people to come into this weird cult called the Family of Milk.
Oh,
And
wow.
they would drink the milk and they'd be compelled to go and find this place. And if they had the badge, they could get in.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it went up to the highest level too. Governments were toppled by this.
That's literally terrifying. So that's really interesting because it says Asda, and Asda got bought out by Walmart, didn't it?
It did.
Like a
It
decade
spreads
ago.
across the world, multinational.
So
multinational conspiracy.
Is this something that started here or something that started in America?
No one really knows anymore. But
Oh,
what
that's-
I know is that they're still out there somewhere, waiting, biding
That's
their time.
so okay. So your efforts to uncover this conspiracy, how do you feel like this has affected your life? Because that must take a heavy
Can't
toll
get
on
away
you
from it,
emotionally.
you know, it's people think of me as a villain because it spreads so far and wide, and I can't get away from the legacy of the family. Of
People just don't really want to understand the truth, do they?
No, they don't. People don't want to understand the truth because it's easier to believe what they want to believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, these are some hard-hitting questions. I'm really sorry that we've had to. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing with us about this because I couldn't have done that. It's a really brave thing that you've done today.
The world needs to know.
Okay. Thank you.
What? 24
So, yeah.
years ago, right, at a friend's birthday party. It was booked through another friend of ours called John. He's a very good friend. I thought it might be a good idea to invite a clown called Mr. Biscuit. And in fact, the friend's party he was actually 42 at the time. So when Mr. Biscuit turns up, obviously, it's Mr. Biscuit. It was absolutely... He went down a storm, to be honest. He was very good. And I'd promote Mr. Biscuit very highly because he was just amazing. Tricks, flicks, all kinds of stuff. So yeah,
Wow.
you need to go and see Mr. Biscuit.
That sounds amazing.
He was amazing. He was very good.
Okay. Hi. So let's have a closer look at the badge. It says Young Adventurers Club. It's got these little cartoon things on it. So what is it? What does this badge actually mean to you?
This badge, well, my brother and I used to play out by the woods a lot. He was the older sibling, and so like oftentimes Mum would tell us like, oh, you know, go look after your younger sibling. And so I was, you know, they often brought me out in the woods. My Mum always told us like, don't go to the woods. When we were kids, she'd tell us that there was like wolves and stuff in there. Didn't really stop us. Like once we got older, we realised that's bullshit. We always kept by the river. But one day we decided to go like actually a little bit deeper. We hadn't actually explored it all that much. They were pretty fucking vast and they right next to where we lived. And we found this tree house that was just like
Wow.
And yeah, it was really cool. It was just fucking out in the middle of the forest. It was really well built. It was fucking huge. We went up there and we played there for a day, and like, we at some point, hidden in a corner, we found this covered in muck. I found it, but he was like, "Oh yeah, finders keepers," he said, because he grabbed it first.
Yeah.
So like,
That's such an older sibling thing to do as well.
I know, right? So he got it. I kept trying to get it off him, but no, he didn't let me. We went and told Mom about the treehouse, but then she was like, "Oh, don't go up there, it's dangerous." You know, she said like, "Oh, it's rickety." She went and looked at it. It was like, "Oh, this is shit. Don't go up there." Didn't stop us. We went up there anyway.
You little rebels.
Yeah, little rebels. My brother especially. It was mostly just us, and sometimes we'd bring some friends over. And he was always wearing the badge. But like, as time went by, he started going up there on his own a lot, which was like, I don't know, I thought it was way dangerous. Because, you know, it's really high height, what if you get stuck up there, sort of thing. But he was like, "No, you'll come check on me."
Yeah.
And he kept like being up there on his own more and more and more, until like one day he was going to school, and the badge was up there. He wasn't. I kept it, but I never went. I never went back to the. I never went back to the treehouse.
Wow.
Yeah. It's.
Take your
I-
time.
I-
It's okay.
I thought there was only like there's 3 characters on there, and I used to only be 2. I swear.
That's oh. I wouldn't have kept that if I were you.
I never went back to.
I'm so sorry. I know this. It might sound intrusive. It might sound a bit like I'm overstepping, but that
Yeah.
I don't feel safe being near it anymore.
Well, I just kept it in a box. I never really wore it, but lately, you know,
You miss him.
Yeah, I keep going back up there. I miss him a lot.
Clay, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.